Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to explore a topic that often gets misunderstood. The title of our presentation is Living Alone Comes with a Reputation It Doesn't Deserve. We'll look at common perceptions and what living alone really means. Over the next few minutes, I'll share some insights that challenge stereotypes and highlight the true experience of living solo. I'm excited to get started, so let's dive in. Sometimes we tend to see living alone as just a simple choice, but the truth is much more nuanced. It's not just about being alone. It can actually be a deeply empowering experience. When you live alone, you often find a sense of peace that's hard to come by in other situations. And there's a certain beauty in that freedom, being able to shape your environment and your life on your own terms. But here, the key, it's really about being intentional. When you approach living alone with purpose and mindfulness, it can transform that experience into something truly fulfilling and enriching. So, while it may seem straightforward, there's a lot more depth to it, and understanding that nuance is important as we explore how to make the most of this chapter in our lives. If you're not mindful of maintaining healthy habits, it's surprisingly easy to fall into some unhealthy patterns. Sometimes, we might start withdrawing or isolating ourselves from others without even realizing it. I like to call this tendency getting a little squirrely, because it kind of captures that playful yet unpredictable way we can behave when we're not paying attention to our well-being. Recognizing these patterns early is key, because they can undermine our overall progress and well-being. Staying aware helps us stay connected to our goals and supports a healthier, more balanced approach as we continue through this journey. Thriving in solitude is a concept that I've come to understand deeply through my own experience. It's not about avoiding loneliness altogether, because let's face it, loneliness is a natural part of life at times. Instead, it's about shifting our perspective and focus. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful, where our days have purpose and structured so we feel grounded and in control. And importantly, it's about maintaining connections that truly matter to us, whether that's with ourselves, our passions, or the people we care about. This idea ties into the overall theme of the presentation, which is about embracing solitude not as a weakness or a problem, but as an opportunity for growth, self-awareness, and fulfillment. When we learn to thrive in solitude, we find a deeper sense of contentment and resilience. Let's talk about the 3 core pillars that help you stay grounded and emotionally healthy when you're living alone. First up is anticipation. It's really about always having something to look forward to. Whether it's a small weekend trip, a new hobby, or even a simple dinner with friends, anticipation keeps your spirits high and gives you a positive focus. Next is structure. Building routines that keep you grounded is essential. When your days have a predictable flow, it reduces stress and creates a sense of stability. Routines help you stay organized and ensure you're taking care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. And finally, connection. This one's crucial, getting out of the house, even when it's just for a walk or meeting someone for coffee. Making that effort to connect with others or even just engage with your community keeps loneliness at bay and nurtures your overall well-being. These 3 pillars together form a solid foundation. They support your emotional health and help you thrive, especially during times when you're living alone. Let's talk about always having something to look forward to. Human beings naturally need anticipation. It gives our minds direction and adds a sense of purpose to our days. And here's an interesting secret. What you look forward to doesn't have to be something big or extravagant. You don't need a plane ticket to Paris or a luxury vacation to feel excited. Sometimes, the things that keep us energized all week are simple and small, like enjoying a lobster roll down at the shore, visiting your favorite craft store, starting a new yarn project, or even watching bird migration and spotting warblers in the morning. What truly matters is that these moments matter to you. It's not about the size or grandeur, it's about personal significance. And a great tip is to put these moments on your calendar, making them tangible and intentional. Anticipation is a form of self-care because it reminds us that life isn't just happening around us. It's something we actively shape. Remember, nobody else is responsible for planning your happiness or injecting excitement into your week. That's on you. You've got to take care of yourself and create those moments that bring you joy. Building routines that keep you grounded can be more challenging than it sounds, especially because accountability is so different when you're alone. When you live with a partner or family, there's usually someone around to remind you or to do things together, like deciding what's for dinner, going for a walk, or taking out the trash. But if you're living solo, that structure can disappear pretty quickly. It's all too easy to fall into sloppiness, have irregular schedules, skip meals, or experience mental fog. After 2020, many of us working from home realized just how fast mental health can decline without a solid rhythm or routine in place. That's why establishing a few practical routines can really make a difference. For example, maintaining a consistent wake-up time helps set the tone for your day. A simple daily cleaning ritual can keep your space organized and your mind clear. Doing regular chores, like with a 20-minute timer, can build a sense of accomplishment. And even if you're retired, creating a structured workday feeling can help maintain purpose and focus. Remember, you don't need perfection. What matters most is consistency. Structure acts like a steadying force for your mind. Without it, mental clarity can slowly erode. So, by building these routines, you're not just organizing your day, you're supporting your mental health and overall well-being. Getting out of the house, seriously, is arguably the most important point I want to share today. Living alone doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself. In fact, the moment you stay indoors for too long, your world starts to shrink. Your thoughts can become louder, and loneliness quietly sneaks in. Now, you don't have to be an extrovert or have big social plans to make a difference. The key is simply to get out and have real-world contact, even if it's just for a little while. It can be as simple as taking a walk in a park, stopping by a coffee shop, or having a quick chat with the barista. Sitting on a bench around other people, calling a friend to meet up, or attending a class, a hobby group, or a community event, all of these small interactions can dramatically shift your mood. And here's the important part. These small moments of human connection can lead to unexpected surprises. For example, I remember a time when a viewer named Jim recognized me in a coffee shop. My friend was running late, as usual, so Jim invited me to sit and chat. That turned into a lovely conversation, a reminder of how life can surprise you when you actually show up for it. So the main takeaway is, you can't experience those unexpected, enriching moments if you never leave your house. Sometimes, just stepping outside is all it takes to open yourself up to new experiences and connections. Now let's talk about the truth about living alone. Many of you have shared in the comments that you're happy, healthy, and love your independence, and that's truly wonderful. Living alone can be a beautiful experience, offering freedom and self-discovery. But at the same time, it requires honesty with ourselves. If you start to feel isolated, withdrawn, or mentally foggy, it's important not to ignore those feelings. Don't shame yourself for experiencing loneliness or feeling a little off. Remember, loneliness is a human experience, and so is depression. Sometimes, after too much time alone, you might feel a bit weird. That's normal too. The key is to notice these feelings and to take action. Be honest about what you need to thrive. Do you crave connection? Do you need more structure in your day? Maybe a hobby that excites you? Or perhaps you need sunlight, fresh air, or more movement? Sometimes, just having a reason to look forward to tomorrow can make a big difference. No one is going to come and save you from your loneliness. No one will manage your routines for you or create joy on your behalf. It's up to you to take care of yourself. And here's the important part, you're absolutely capable of doing it. Living alone offers the opportunity to grow, but it also calls for responsibility and honesty. So embrace that and remember, you are your best support. And here we are at the final slide, often called the bottom line. I want to emphasize that living alone is not a tragedy, not a burden, and definitely not a sign that you failed in some way. Instead, I see it as an art, something you can master and enjoy. To do it well, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First, always have something to look forward to. Whether it's a small activity, a hobby, or an upcoming event, having that anticipation keeps your life vibrant. Next, building routines is essential. Routines provide stability and help keep both your life steady and your mind healthy. Getting out of the house, even for small moments, is also so important. It keeps you connected to the world around you, prevents loneliness, and enriches your daily experience. Now, whether you're sharing your life with someone or walking this path solo, the goal remains the same. Live intentionally, stay awake to what matters, and live well. It's about taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, and the life you're building, one day at a time. Remember, it's all about making conscious choices that nurture your well-being and bring purpose to each day. That's the art of living alone, doing it with purpose, awareness, and joy.